No, I'm not like a television junkie. You know, I know people who are television junkies. I'm too busy. I do too many things to be a television junkie. But I do, like I have a day job in a law firm that's very stressful, and I do sometimes come home and just watch TV. And Anne can't even hear television without reacting strongly. And I, you know, like the other day my remote control was broken, and, you know, I did go into a bit of a panic.
Again we leave you from within the shadows of the everlasting hills. May peace be with you this day and always.
Finding out that Molly watches television for the exact same reason that I hate television and just never look. And that is, we're both equally alienated. And I feel like if I look at that television and find out that this culture is run on commercials and corporate interests, that it will just send me over the edge. So if I don't look, then I'll, you know, stay a little further away from that edge.
We couldn't be more opposite at that point in time. And, yeah. I had a lot of anger, and Anne had a lot of anger. And her anger was at media, and I think my anger was mad at the intelligentsia of the art world.
It did start with a friendship between Molly Cleator and myself, and that we shared a studio, and we had a wall between the two of us, so we would always like be yelling things over the wall. We couldn't see each other, we could just hear each other. And so we were used to having this relationship of audio but no see.
And Anne played NPR, and I played, you know, popular music, you know.
Even though I didn't share a common opinion with her, we became friends, like really different. That she's 10 years younger than I am. She's from the West Coast. She grew up in LA, stayed here. I'm from the East Coast. I'm older. You know, I don't watch television. She does watch television. She's a performance artist. I'm like a visual and media artist. All of our differences were overcome by, you know, just exchanging dialogues over the years. So when I was sharing that studio, I had a dream of this project in entirety. Like you know, a name for it, that it was Molly and I, that we would talk about television, that would be, we would both be represented by television monitors over motorized wheelchairs.
It was a really big room that was empty. And we put in 165 chairs around the perimeter so that the viewers could sit and watch our chairs, Anne's chair and my chair, which are motorized wheelchairs with our heads on them in video monitors, and we're talking. So our chairs essentially do this dance.
They run around the room all day long on 2 batteries, and they have sensors in the front, and they can see you coming up and fooling around with them, or they can see the chairs that they're about to bump into. They'll stop, they'll back up, and they'll go on their way again. There are 2 different software programs that make the chairs run in different ways. So Molly does these nice oval and figure 8 moves all around the room. She's very graceful, and she's in her green, you know, sofa outfit.
Her chair is black and chrome and narrow, and it's got this foot protruding, and she wanted her chair very black and very hard and all the insides exposed. Mine are kind of covered, you know, my bowels are covered, but my spine shows. I wanted a little, you know, edge in there. I definitely have a little edge, but I tend to kind of soften things, and hers is very hard and black and belts, and yeah. She has these grips holding her TV, you know, and yeah. It's very much how I think, you know, the bottom line is I think both of us feel very alienated as we go through life. And the way I deal with my alienation is to kind of smooth the rough edges and kind of, you know, lay down on a pretty blanket, so to speak. I think the way Anne deals with her alienation is by, you know, fantasizing about, you know, gathering all the homeless people downtown and showing up at City Hall. Like that is of comfort to her.